What's up guys, Evander here, back with another video, and today I'm going to be showing you the version 2 swivel screen display mount for your Cybertruck. This is from TesStudio. I've already reviewed their Generation 1, which I have here on the left, and we're going to be swapping it out the Generation 2 here on the right. So in a moment, I'll show you the differences in the pieces, and then we'll head inside and go through the full install like usual. So super excited to show you this. The original Generation 1, it brought the height down, and a lot of people didn't like that. I personally didn't mind it. This new model does not interfere and mess with that height, so it should keep it where Tesla had it originally. So excited to see how these pieces and that they've modified gets that height changed back up. I wasn't sure if they'd be able to revise the model, but I'm glad they listened to the feedback and came out with this new upgraded version. So if you're interested, link in the description as always, and RedKnave20 will score you guys at least 20% off your whole order from TesStudio's website. So be sure to check them out. Let me get you in close and we'll get started. All right, thank you to TesStudio for being kind enough to have both versions here to compare. Here on the left-hand side is the old Generation 1, and here on the right is the new and improved Generation 2. So right off the bat, I can see they have changed this bracket mount, and we've got this big round piece. So yeah, that's definitely shorter than the other one. So this must have something to do with lowering that height. Moving on to this piece, which covers that. Yeah, they've modified this as well. We've got this more rounded out, cut out shape. The other side looks almost the same. There's just not a blunt nose. It looks like they've completely cut that part out. Interesting. I've already compared these two pieces. This is where the little thermal sensor from the Cybertruck goes. This appears to be completely identical to the version 1. In the tools, these appear to be completely identical as well. And the length of the cable, yeah, everything looks like they're reusing the pieces from Gen 1. Lastly, there's one more plastic piece. And yeah, some big changes here. I put them in the right direction. Way bigger cutout here on the new version. And yeah, they've just kind of opened and widened some areas it looks like that maybe people were struggling to work around. So, all right, let's hop in the truck and we'll have to kind of reverse uninstall the version 1 and then start replacing it with pieces from the version 2. One thing to note, the new version, at least the one that I was sent, if you go to this QR code, it's for the wrong product. And if you go to the installation video, yeah, that's for the Generation 1 version. So whatever. I do prefer these printed written instructions. This should be pretty much identical for this version too. So let's get going. I'm going to use these instructions and nothing else from the version 1 kit. So I've already removed the Cyber fridge I had underneath here because I need to be working in this space. But one thing not included in the kit that I do recommend is a little microfiber towel. And you're going to place this right about here because we're going to be placing this display down and we want somewhere soft that's not going to scratch or damage your display. I also have this carbon fiber, a little overlay I have yet to review, but I'm going to temporarily take that off. I need to review that soon anyways. And then once the installation is done, it should still fit, and we're going to put that back on. So be sure to enable screen cleaning mode before you begin. That way, while we are touching and handling the display, you won't risk changing any settings accidentally. Alrighty, now I need to get underneath this and start unbolting the version 1 mount. I'm underneath here, and looks like we're going to use the bigger Allen key. And just need to unbolt 2 of these. So this video is going to be most useful for those who have the version 1 and absolutely hate the lowered height and you're going to upgrade to this version 2. Otherwise, this might make more sense to just go watch my original review and installation, since if you don't have this generation 1, it's going to look most like that first video I did. Since right now I'm doing everything kind of in reverse to uninstall, and then I have to reinstall. So I'd suggest if you were just buying this generation 2 and you do not own this generation 1, then just go watch the original installation and that should get you through it all. Maybe tune in at the end and see how things went. Okay, the display is now off, so I need to be very careful here. I'm going to pull this out, this cable. First, see if we can set the screen down gently here on that microfiber. And then I should be able to disconnect, there we go, this cable, and now the screen is off. All right, I just had to rewatch my own video on how the heck I put this original piece on, and it just snaps into place. So I'm gonna leave a link down below. This is part of the prying toolkit that I've been using in like nearly every video I have, but it's come in handy quite a bit. And I definitely needed a nice soft prying tool to get this thing up and off. There, I was pulling at this thing with my fingers, was not budging. So look in the link, it's an Amazon link. If you have the Gen 1 and you're swapping it out for the Gen 2, you're gonna need some sort of prying tool thing. Maybe a credit card would work, but the leverage from this tool is just what I needed to get underneath it and pop this up and off. Oh, I feel it coming. There we go. So since I've already confirmed this cable appears to be completely identical to the new version, I'm not going to bother taking that out and replacing it. I'm just going to pop on this new plastic mount. There we go, just pops on into place. This actually feels, oh yeah, this version 1, this piece was able to come out pretty easy. It looks like it's a little bit tighter in there now, so they did revise that. It feels more fit and it is no longer just easily popping. I was able to pull that in and out prior. It's in there much better now, so that's good. So I think all these pieces are done. Now I need to move on to this mount here itself. Right now I am just unscrewing this mount. I'm just kind of pushing my carbon fiber cover out of the way as needed, since I didn't need to adhere that. There we go. So I need to unbolt that from this plastic. Okay. I've now freed that up. All right, before we go bolting this on, we do want to squeeze this little plastic piece into place where the thermal sensor is. Should kind of have a sliding motion to lock it in. It's a little easier to understand on this side, so you kind of have to dig it in and under. Little teeth at the beginning here, dig them underneath, and then push it backwards. There we go, pops into place. Whoop. I did try doing this after bolting it in, and I couldn't get it to work, so I'm redoing it the correct way, because it's really difficult to get this to swing underneath there. After you've bolted it in, all the pieces are then tightened too much. And there we go. I don't think it needs to be absolutely perfect, considering it is hidden under the screen and upside down. And now we can work that bracket into place. Feel it out. In fact, where is the, yeah, there it is. Okay. So the cable is out. Bracket. There we go. It's in there. Now we can bolt it in. All right, I'm gonna make sure that it's bolted on extra tight. Perfect. Make sure got good range of movement. All right, now we can put the display back on and hook it up to this cable. All right, so I've gone ahead and plugged that cable in. I have noticed online there have been people reporting their cable is not long enough, and I'm not sure why. I have more than enough here. As you can see, I'm laying it on my G-charging area. But I feel like at some point Tesla changed the cabling, and your cable might not be poking out as far as mine is right now. So I hope not, but I did see reports of that, and that's the only explanation I can think of. I also have seen some reports where they're saying this new bracket is just not fitting in the slot here, and there's not enough room for the cable. Again, they may have changed the circuit board or something and rearranged some parts, and this bracket might not be able to accommodate every SKU of Cybertruck, but for mine, it seems to be working. I'm gonna just keep an eye out up here and slip it onto the bracket. And yeah, just keeping in mind this cable is here, so it needs to go underneath it. Plenty of clearance up top here. I can kind of feel, yeah, it might be a little tight. I might need to get underneath it to truly see what's going on. But I'm also afraid of dropping it since I've only got one side in. There we go. Okay. I was able to shimmy it on. I was not smart enough to get the bolts ready. Yeah, I got plenty of room. My cable can swing around. So it works for me. Good, I've got lots of movement down here. The cables are not really in the way. I'm gonna try and tuck them in a little bit better. There we go. Just so that little bit of slack is hanging out, but not the adapter. All right, installation is complete. Time for some final observations and thoughts. I say this is like a medium difficulty. Hardest part's getting upside down, and if you got sausage fingers, you might struggle to get into some small little spaces. You also want to get the pry tool set maybe that I have. I'll include a link again in the description below. But it did indeed raise the height. I have more clearance down here by my extended cup holder. That should hopefully make things a little easier. Sometimes I'd put things back here and I couldn't because the screen was in the way. So two things that bug me. Compared to the Generation 1, this does not tilt left and right as much as Generation 1. I used to be able to go so far that this would hit the carbon fiber dashboard cover I have on there. It no longer can go quite that far left and right. But I did notice the going up is significantly more. I don't recall the other one going that high. I think it maybe went about that high. So quite a bit more range of movement up that way. Any further, this thing would be a table, but you get a, I don't know why I'd want it that high. Maybe if you're taller, but okay. They gave you more range on moving it forward. Another thing that bugged me, the carbon fiber screen cover that I mentioned earlier, I haven't done the review for that yet. And I tried putting it on and it doesn't fit. So I probably need to take this Gen 2 off and put the Gen 1 back on so I can do that review this weekend. So it breaks my heart. I need to remove this, so you might see me having the Gen 1 back on in future videos, but it's mostly because I forgot to do the review first, just in case this mount interferes with the compatibility of that cover. So, whoopsie, that's going to cost me some time. I didn't need to. I really hate to swap back and forth between the two, but I might need to. But yeah, that carbon fiber cover didn't have enough clearance in the back to fit with this new mount. So I slid this old silicone one on from a different sponsor of mine. You can go find that video if you want. And it works fine. So they have plenty of clearance cut out back here. But I just didn't like, it's not quite as tight fitting as the carbon fiber. It's not stiff, obviously, it's silicone. And I liked the stiffness and of course the carbon fiber look to it. But it doesn't fit anymore. I would have to cut it carefully so it doesn't shatter or crack. And I'm not looking forward to that. So I'm just going to put the Gen 1 back on and do the review for that another day. But yeah, be careful if you have any screen covers on the way. They might not be compatible with the version 2 swivel screen mount. But otherwise, no complaints. Installation is just like the first generation, pretty simple. Again, medium difficulty. But yeah, it's definitely recommended for all Cybertruck owners to get a swivel screen mount. It's just so much better for driving. I used to have glare because it would be straight on, and at a certain time of the year, I'd have a sunlight come through my window. It would hit right where my turn signal camera would be, and it would just wash it out with sunlight, and I would not be able to see when I'm turning or backing up what the camera was, because it was just completely covered with sunlight. But being able to just tilt it eradicated that problem, and it moved the sun out of the way, and I could see now year round. If it's ever on the screen and I got glare, I can just move it until the glare goes away. It's great. So it's one of those few products that actually surprised me, and I was like, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it, but I usually end up doing it. Swivel screen mount falls into that category because I did not initially think for version 1 that I would have liked it, but now it's one of my favorite little tweaks to the Cybertruck that makes the life just a little bit better. Small change, but a big difference sort of thing. So if you're interested in the Gen 2 and you want to upgrade, go for it. Just be sure to use RedName20. It's going to save you at least 20% off, and it's going to help support the channel. And if you are not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Go hit that subscribe button. I got to put the Gen 1 back on just to do a review for you. So the least you could do is hit subscribe and a like, whatever you need to do to support the channel. It really helps. In the meantime, I will see you soon in the next video. Take care.